Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here. Hopefully, you guys all had a pretty good Friday in the NBA for FanDuel and DraftKings. It was some outrageous scores last night. Need anywhere from like 350 to 355 to cash on FanDuel, and anywhere from like a 335 and up to cash on DraftKings. So, unfortunately, the Hawks, they decided they just wanted to play their entire starters 95,000 minutes instead of play their bench players. So, Lynn, unfortunately, was one of our duds there. Like I said, no one expected him to only play about 20 minutes. Usually he gets a little bit more run than that. So yeah, thanks, Hawks, for doing that. Anyway, also Luka Cornet, he screwed us as well. He was actually relatively popular. So had a couple fouls early, and then that was it. Fizz still didn't care for him after that. So those two really screwed us. It is what it is. But besides that, most of the other picks were pretty good. We had Simmons on FanDuel. We had Harden. Otto didn't do too bad. Rudy Gobert, Royce O'Neal, Wilson Chandler, Jimmy Butler. So, like I said, it was pretty good besides those two guys. So, it is what it is. It happens. So, anyway, we'd love to have you guys join us to get in on premium lineups. Check out our website down there in the comment section below. So, anyway, we have a 6-game slate here today. Couple, big injuries to look at: Karl Anthony Towns, Steven Adams. And we have to see if Gary Harris and Will Barton are playing. But besides that, as of now, there's nothing going on. Yesterday, a lot of news broke. Embiid not playing, Giannis not playing. So we'll see about here today. Charlotte, Chicago, Utah, and Minnesota, I think, are the teams on back-to-backs here. So we'll see what they do. Let's get into today's slate. We're just going to break it down. No projections, didn't do them today. But still, we'll show you some of my picks I like. So anyway, Boston and Orlando, 213 and Boston by 6. So Boston, Irving is obviously a little concerned with what's going on with the play there. Anyway, 8,300, I don't mind him. You can take a shot with him. 213, though, that's the thing. You got Westbrook out there. You got Teague, Rose, Fox. So I don't really think you really need Irving. You can take a shot with him. He's always one of those guys that could go off or, may take a dead on you. So that is up to you guys. GPP only for me. I'm really not into this game. You can maybe look at Aaron Gordon or Tatum. Daniel Theis has been playing a little better, $4,800. Price is skyrocketing up, though, on FanDuel. But as you see, they've been playing pretty good. Had a bad one against Miami. But the thing is, minutes aren't there, so price tag is just not worth it to me. I guess you can look at Vucevic. Boston is pretty good against the center position. Vucevic has been trashed last couple games. So personally, not going to play it. If you want a GPP with Vuk, you can. And if you want to go Irving, you can. There's not going to be much ownership to this game. No one really cares for this one. Not much value going on. So I'm personally passing on it, and we're going to move on from that. So moving on, we got New Orleans and Minnesota, 235 as of now, Minnesota by 2. So Towns is questionable. That 235 and that 2 spread makes me believe that he's going to play, but obviously anything can happen. Yesterday, that Milwaukee game was only a 6 spread against Washington, and I thought something was iffy. It just didn't make sense that they were only a 6-point favorite, and obviously Giannis was out. So definitely watch the totals and stuff. Vegas kind of knows who's playing and who's not. So as of now, looks like Towns is playing with that very high total and that spread. Watch out in the morning if we have any news. If the total starts going down, then definitely something's going on. So, but as of now, this total is telling me that Towns is playing. But like I said, he hurt his ankle pretty good, so anything can happen. So monster game, a lot of ownership in this one on the 6-game slate. So you can look at Teague for 30, look at Rose for 30. Rose came back last night. Didn't look too bad. Don't know how many minutes they're going to play him here. He did just come back from an injury that left him out for a week and a half. So I don't know if they're really going to push Rose here on the back-to-back. we should get maybe a little bit of news coming out. If we don't get any news, just expect about 25 to 30 minutes from Rose. So you can look at him, but definitely watch if any news comes out. Don't mind Holiday, 40, 45 in this one. Wiggins is 7,400. He probably will have Drew Holiday on him. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, he's still not doing bad. Obviously, Rose coming back does hurt him a little bit, but still you can look at Wiggins in a very high total here. I didn't even personally know Mirotic was back. Haven't played Pelicans in a while. So not rushing him back. So he'll probably play around 24, 25 minutes. Still, I'm not going to put him in my lineup. Obviously, Davis put him in there. Told you guys I'd like Sarge last night. That was obviously a big mistake. So I'm not going to mess with him. Gibson looked good. He had that one bad game the other day. Besides that, he's been half decent. And they kind of need him out there. So you can look at Gibson if you want to. Kind of a cheap option to a very high scoring game. And obviously if Towns is out, that changes it. Gorgie Dang might get you 20, 22 fantasy points. If he's out, then Davis is just going to eat for sure. So I don't know what they're going to do. They might have to go very small because Dang, he can't really stay out there long. Gibson's not big. Sarge is not a good defender. Tolliver's not. So yeah, they don't have much. Covington's out. So Minnesota will definitely have to play very, very small end of this one here, which is going to just help Randall and helped out Mr. Davis for sure. So this is a question mark game, but for sure, New Orleans, the main guys, they're in play. And, obviously main guys from Minnesota are in play as well. And watch out for Towns news. So just almost everybody's in play in this one, but just watch the obvious news. I moved on. San Antonio and OKC. We have no total. Man, was that a monster game last time out. Double overtime. I don't think Popovich is going to rest anyone. They had a day off. Like I said, I personally don't think that game's going to do that again. It was once in a lifetime kind of a game there. Aldridge, historic night, was it first player since Shaq that scored 50-plus points in the game without a three-point shot. So, it was just a crazy one there. Anyway, Westbrook, he'll be popular. Still don't mind him. White, Forbes, both these guys are looking good. I think San Antonio's going to have to, do what they did last time, try and shoot that three-pointer. I know they don't shoot it a ton, but to keep up with OKC in this fast-paced offense, San Antonio has to shoot some threes. We saw they made a ton of threes, and they still barely beat OKC. So if they don't shoot the threes well, it might be not too good for them. So I expect them to continue shooting the threes. Right away, I love Patty Mills. For some reason, FanDuel's not picking up on his price tag, and I'm totally fine with that. He for sure is one of my top plays. This dude has been playing just monstrous here. 24, 23, 26, and 31 for $3,800. That's just way too cheap. Put him in there again. He's very he just helps his team. Like I said, I've been watching the games, and he just gets up and down the court, gets some steals, and energizes the team. So like Mills, Forbes, White, they play all of them, so I don't mind them. DeRozan didn't shoot too much last game, but still he contributed in every way possible. Bellinelli, he was looking hot, but, it was just one of those games that he had. Don't mind George. It wasn't his craziest game, but still don't mind putting him in there. Aldridge, Grant. The big question mark is Steven Adams, if he's going to play or not. He did come back, but like I said, he was out for a while with that injury. And I don't know if you guys were watching that game, but when Adams went out, Aldridge just annihilated Grant. Grant is way smaller. Aldridge is a lot bigger dude. Without Adams, even with Adams, he was annihilating. But if Adams can't go, man, Aldridge is going to have a field day going up against, let me see here, Grant, Patrick Patterson. Noel probably not going to play. So, yeah, they're going to have a heyday there. So, Aldridge for sure, one of my top plays. A lot of people are going to have him as well. So, if Adams plays, he might play. We'll have to see. That's why there's no total on this one, because it is a true game-time decision. Even if he plays, I still like Aldridge. But, yeah, if he's out, Grant will get a little extra, maybe one or two extra rebounds, and that's mostly it. One guy that had a pretty good game, and it came out of nowhere, was Mr. Ferguson. This dude Dude just went off for a 3-point range. Don't know if that's really reliable since that just randomly happened. He still only had 21 points. Wow. He had 21 points. So, yeah, he obviously relies on his shooting, and that's it. So can't really rely on him. So that's what I'm looking at. Westbrook, George, all the normal guys. Just pick and choose who you want. In this one, not high on Schroeder. He played monster minutes and just doesn't do much unless George or maybe Westbrook is in foul trouble. So that is kind of what I'm looking at there. So, yeah, like I said, the point guards for San Antonio, and then the obvious guys after that. All right, moving on. Denver and Phoenix. No total, but probably at least a 10 to 12-point spread here. Booker is doubtful, so probably not going to play in this one. DeAnthony Melton might get you 23-24 at max in this one. Let me see here. If Harris and Barton are out, obviously Beasley, Monte Morris, even Craig, all three of those guys are in hefty spots. Don't mind Oubre, I guess. Josh Jackson will be popular. Not the best matchup, but he still should get you 26, 27 points. Let me see here. Trey Lyles, game time decision, doesn't really affect it too much. And then you got Jokic here, 11,000. He should still have a good game. Had a pretty good game last time against Phoenix. So probably going to look – oh, shoot, I forgot about Warren. You can look at him, maybe 30, 33. So is there anyone I really need? No. But if Harris is out, Morris and Beasley, they're going to be popular, but those are probably the ones I'm looking at. 39 for Beasley. He'll be 70, 80% on for sure if Harris is out. So that's really all I'm looking at. You can look at Jackson, Melton, and Warren, but not in a good spot for Phoenix in this one. All right, moving on. Chicago and Utah. That was just a straight annihilation last night with Golden State. They won by, 37 or 40 points around that range. Just killed them. Klay Thompson, 3 straight three-pointers to start the game. So, Chicago, they just got annihilated. And Utah, they did pretty good without a point guard against the struggling Lakers. So 205 in Utah by 11 in this one. It is a back-to-back, so we'll have to see what they do. Favors could be limited a little bit just because he's a little older. But besides that, I mean, the guards, I think, are still going to have to play pretty big minutes because they don't have anybody in the guard area. So Mitchell, I was wrong about him last night. I had Beal over Mitchell, and both of them still did pretty good. Mitchell obviously was a little better spot. Clay did all right as well, so, didn't do too bad. You can look at Zach LaVine, not in a good spot, but, he might put up, like he did last night, 15, 20 shots just because he can. But, yeah, Mitchell, Ingles, Crowder, Royce O'Neal, they'll all be popular, and they're cheap, so put them in there. Favors, probably not going to put him in there tonight. Just don't really need him. I don't think Utah needs Favors here tonight. Rudy was a monster for sure last night. Well, he should do, around 40 here once again. Not a lot of upside. So I'm looking at, Mitchell, and then I'm probably looking at Ingles, Crowder, and Royce O'Neal as my cheap filler options. They will be popular, but, just have to take it there. So last game is Charlotte and Sacramento, 235, which I think is extremely high, and Sacramento by 5. If you guys have been watching Charlotte, they've been just terrible. So if you guys are betting that's terrible. 235, that's not going to happen. If I'm wrong, then, I'm wrong. But this is no way. Like I said, Charlotte, on this West Coast swing, they are just terrible right now. Walker is just trash. 85 is way too much for him. You can definitely look at Fox for sure. Only thing is if it's a blowout, they're not going to play him too much. Same as Buddy and Bogdanovich, but still, those guys are all in good spots. Let's see here. Oh, shoot. Another guy to look at if this game gets out of control is Harry Giles. I put him in last time they played in the late night, and, he did pretty good for me, 33 points. So don't expect too much from the guy, but, if it's a blowout, you might get a little bit more usage there. I know it's showing not a blowout, but I just don't see how this game stays close. So definitely look at Giles. And then Willie Cauley, I don't really mind him either. So let's put in a couple guys here for you. I think Westbrook for sure. You got to have him in there. You know, he'll be popular. He's in a pretty good spot here. And then I'll probably go down to Patty Mills, like I said, in a good spot. Mitchell. What else we got here? I'm only going to put in Beasley or Monte Morris. Like I said, only if Harris is out, so anything could happen. Just trying to get some extra salary. And then we're going to go Paul George here, and then we're going to go down to Royce O'Neal. Where is he at? 3,800, I think. I think I missed him. There he is. My bad. He's 35. Wow, he's bare minimum. So that helps out quite a bit. $3,500, and then you can't get Davis, unfortunately. I think you can get Aldridge. Power forward is terrible, though, as I mentioned. Let's see here. Center position, we have Jokic, Randall, Willie Cauley. Like I said, this is pure GPP, and this is just a dummy lineup, so don't play this in tournaments or anything. Just, pick a couple of these guys, and hopefully it helps out. And then we got $6,600 to fill in. Don't really care for any of those guys, so maybe take Aldridge out, I guess, or something, or Paul George. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. That's for sure GPP. But, you got your Westbrook, your Mitchell, your George, and then you got Aldridge there. So, it's looking pretty good. You got your GPPs, popular Beasley will be if Harris is out. So that's kind of my lineup construction tonight. Looks like one big guy for each spot is kind of what it's looking at, and should be pretty good. So that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like. I do appreciate it. And probably no video for Sunday. We will see you guys here on Monday. As normal, if you want to join, hit us up down there in the comment section. Click on our website to get in. Follow the directions to get all set up. We would love to have you guys on board. Some of you guys want to know what's doing good, what's FanDuel, what is DraftKings better. As of now, FanDuel, honestly, it's not great right now. That new format has really screwed me and a lot of other people. I hate their format. As of now, DraftKings is doing way, way, way better. We're a lot more profitable over there because they don't get rid of that stupid low drop score. It's just complete BS. If you're asking me, I hate it. So, yeah, I still do videos on FanDuel, but like I said, that low score is just, it sucks. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but anyway, yeah, DraftKings is doing a little bit better for sure than FanDuel. But yeah, would love to have you guys on some DraftKings. We've won, I think, about $12,000 in the last week. I have, so definitely not too shabby. So yeah, we'd love to have you guys come join us for sure on some DraftKings. So that is it, guys. We'll see you guys on Monday.